Hello guys and welcome back to the CPC channel, and today we have a series that's called Sets of the Week. This is new to the CPC channel. This has done by previous leagues. This has done by the MPL, for example. They have done this last season, and I thought it would be a nice addition for the CPC this time around, for the CPC Offseason that is. We are also doing top plays of the week, but I think there's definitely a big difference between a top play and something that's more like what you can call a set of the week. A set of the week would be just a really good set and not just one play or just one move, because you can definitely have a tech move on a mon, but that wouldn't necessarily make it a really great mon to consider for sets of the week. So that's basically the concept of sets of the week. I will be going over a top 3 or top 5. It kind of depends on the week and how creative our contestants were, but it will really differ from week to week, the length of it. This time around I only made for week 1, I made a top 3 with an honorable mention with it. And that was because it was week 1, and I think people were just figuring out how to use their team, and there was just not the really a lot of creativity. Also, I definitely want to give a shout out to Grant Wilk, oftewel also called Remington Graphics. He made the template and the layout for the sets of the week. He did this for the MPL last season, and I asked for in the MPL, and I asked him if I could use it, and they both agreed to it. So that's why we are using the same template as theirs. I really love this template. I think it's he did a phenomenal job with it. So definitely go check him out for that. So let's just hop out into sets of the week. So first of all, I've got the honorable mention just here. The honorable mention for this week goes to 8-12 and his coughing set. So his coughing set was kind of nice because if you looked at the set, it was just max HP, max defense, bolt, coughing with Violite. Nothing too special, but if you look at its moveset, it had rest, sleep talk, so it had some kind of reliable recovery. I don't always like rest plus sleep talk, but it definitely helped him out. And then Will-O-Wisp to cripple the physical attackers, and then HP flying. It was especially the tech, because this coughing was made to check the Buzzwole on Turbo's team. And yeah, I will just now show you a portion of the battle where coughing did really shine. So this set didn't make it to the top 3. Why? Because it was kind of a combination of just like a more standard set with just that tech HP flying on it, but it's still a coughing. People were doubting it, and I think it definitely proved itself this week. So that's why it's the honorable mention for this week. So here we are with the battle. We are already in turn 85, as you can see, and if you keep up with all the content of the CPC and all the battles, you know 8-12 brought more stall to a bit semi-stall, but more just flat out stall. And here Buzzwole was in, and he switched in, 8-12 switched in right into his counter coughing. As you can see, it takes nothing from the superpower. Buzzwole is leftovers, but doesn't really matter. He goes into Gastrodon, I think. He just goes for the HP flying. He just wants to kill it off. Now he knows I can't really touch this Gastrodon, so he goes out, and then after some turns, I think around 100, yes, here it is. Here Buzzwole comes in again on the Mega Slowbro, and fearing the 1-hit KO by Leech Life, he goes right back into coughing, taking only 30% from the Leech Life. And then as you can see, Buzzwole packs the bulk up, but HP flying does overhealth. Buzzwole can't set up on this, no way in hell. Superpower only does 30%, and Buzzwole goes clean down to an HP flying. Having only Gastrodon left, 8-12 tries to take out Gastrodon with the coughing, with the combination of the toxic damage and the HP flying. But as you will see, it will not really work out. He will rest up here, and then he will just go out into his Mega Slowbro to finish off the match. But the coughing definitely did its job. It checked the Buzzwole quite nicely, and the tech HP flying did work. So that was the first of the examples. that was like the honorable mention for the week. So now we hop into the top 3. The top 3 was all really close to each other. They were like some really nice sets. Maybe they were not just optimal, or they didn't do their job that well, but you will just see what I mean. So on in third place we have a set that was used in the Turkey versus iPro match by Turkey, and he brought, as you can see here, a defensive Kingdra. So how did he make this set? He put a little bit in speed, and yeah, he put almost max HP with bolt nature, and then a little bit of speed, and he just wanted this as a check to the scissor mostly, so that's why he also packed the HP fire. And what he also did was he wanted a bit of a check to Damanitan, and Flat Blitz is resisted by Kingdra a lot due to its dragon plus water typing, so that's really nice for it. So yeah, it had enough EVs in the defense, so 188 plus the bolt nature was enough to lift 2 banded earthquakes from the Manitan and lift 1 banded superpower from Scissor, and then he could rest up on those. And with superpower the attack is lowered, and with Flablet and with the Manitan and Skull just takes it out. So that was a really nice set. And the 12 EVs in speed were to creep the Rotom if it was no speed Rotom. And maybe even more of a bulky version of Sizzle with a little bit of speed, and then the rest remainder of the EVs were put into special defense. So that's the Kingdom set, and I will now also show you a little bit of the set in battle shortly. So here we have the battle. It's turn 11, and yeah, this is just really repeatable, but Scissor comes in and just goes for a U-turn, does only 30%, so it's not that much. Kingdom can easily deal with it, especially with the leftovers it also has. The only problem was there was no Damanitan, so the defensive Kingdom couldn't really shine that much, and also the Scissor could always just U-turn out on the Kingdra, or just U-turn out in general, meaning that even Kingdra could come in, but he could U-turn out into like Heliolisk or Mega Gardevoir or Rotom Wash. So it was a bit unfortunate. I think it still was really a cool set he brought, and definitely a set nobody expected, so that's why I put it in number 3. But it didn't work out that well due to the fact that Scissor could U-turn a lot. Kingdra could not really touch a lot of mons on iPro's team, and there was no Damanitan. So then on number 2 we have a new mon in the format. It is a mon that can be run in a lot of ways, just to say, because that mon, that's Silvally. That Silvally has can be all typings, but in this league we made it so that you had to draft one specific type for it, and that's exactly what the Flying Bird did. The Flying Bird drafted Silvally Dark, and he made the set as you can see here. So it was an offensive variant. It always had to have the Dark Memory item because it's Silvally Dark. It's a modest nature with 220 special attack, 180 in speed, 12 in defense, and 69 96 in HP. So what did the set do for him? This set, it was just there to punch holes in it. The speed allowed it, because if you look also at the move pool, in the moves he used, which made it just a really cool set, that is Thunderbolt, Air Slash, Ice Beam, Flame Charge. So no stab, but keep in mind, Flame Charge, really cool, because if you get a Flame Charge off on something, this mon outspeeds his whole team. The speed should allow him to outspeed at +1 Mega Lopunny. That's really cool, and the coverage was just essential, because this coverage of Thunderbolt, Air Slash, and Ice Beam just hit almost the whole team of Johnny for super effective damage, except the Sylveon. So if Sylveon was low, this mon could after Flame Charge really clean up. And also something to keep in mind, which you will see in the battle, is something that's kinda really cool about this mon, but I won't spoil it until you will see the battle. Then just a little bit of explanation more. The special attack was just enough to ensure some 2-hit KOs. Sorry, and then the HP plus defensive investment was to minimize the rocks damage plus to allow some certain hits. So then I will also show you the battle. So here we are, turn 23, and Jirachi is on the Thunderous, and Bird expects the knockoff, so he goes hard into his Silvally Dark. He takes the knockoff, doesn't do that much, only 12%. So as you can see, due to the item of Silvally, yeah, that also helps with taking knockoff damage. Then Thunderous goes for Thunderbolt. This does a fair amount of damage, but here comes the Flame Charge. So he's now at +1 speed, and he's looking to put some holes in Johnny's team. There are a few problems though. One, Sylveon is still quite healthy, and he doesn't really have the coverage to Sylveon. So if he goes hard to Sylveon, he probably has to switch out. He can come in one more time, but it will be hard to pull this out again. But as you can see, Thunderous goes for the Thunder Wave, pranks the Thunder Wave, but due to we are now in Gen 7, and in Gen 7 Dark types can be targeted by prankster moves, so it doesn't work, which was something I found really cool. So Silvally kills off the Thunderous, in comes the Gengar, and normally Silvally would just outspeed and kill it, but Johnny was prepped and he had a Scarfed Gengar, so down goes the Silvally. I still put this at number 2. Why? Because as I said, there were not many great sets this week, and I think this set was still a really cool set, really innovative set, and especially with one of the new ones, I just want to show it to you guys. So now we have our tune down, and already I said it would be a top 3, so we are already down to the last one. So at number 1 this week we have a set that was made by Tone, coach of the Clawitzes, and that was a defensive support Azumarill. As you can see here, and this is special Azumarill. It is just max HP, max defensive with leftovers, but if you look at its ability and its moveset, it's a Sap Zipper ability with Scald, Encore, Rest and Sleep Talk, meaning this is the check to Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu with Wood Hammer is really scary, but due to the Sap Zipper ability, Azumarill can kinda nicely check it, because Tapu Bulu also doesn't learn something like Poison Jab, and it also can be a really nice surprise to it. And this Azumarill also helps with a lot of some other mons on Goku of Goku's team, like the Wishy-Washy, as we will see in the battle. The moveset Rest Sleep Talk gives it some nice recovery to help with the longevity. He puts Scald on it because yes, Toxic would also be nice, but yes, Scald Burn would just be better on some mons, because he has some toxic immunities on his team, especially something like Toxapex. Like Toxapex would normally come in on Azumarill, so you can still Scald Burn it, but you can't Toxic it, so that's why Scald was there. Encore was just to hinder some mons like the Toxapex, like Tapu Bulu. You can just Encore them in a certain move and then switch accordingly. He already said this to me. He debated something like Parachon plus Whirlpool. Keep in mind though, he couldn't have run this with his ability. Sap Zipper plus Whirlpool plus Sap Zipper and Whirlpool are incompatible with each other. So he could have packed Parachon on it, but yeah, it would only force switches, and Encore also forces switches, and then you aren't forced to switch out yourself. So it was still a nice set, and as you will see in the match, it did a nice job. So here we are with the match. We are in turn 11. Wishy-Washy is in, looking to do some great damage. In comes Azumarill. Wishy-Washy and the Wishy-Washy goes for an Aqua Ring. Really surprised to see this, but it was already shown before in the match. But yeah, Azumarill is faster and can just Encore it. So this Wishy-Washy can't really do anything. Eventually it would be Scald Burned, and yeah, it would just be really stally. So he just goes for Scald. In comes Tapu Bulu, doesn't get burned. But yeah, he figured it out himself already, Goku. But yeah, he can't really click Wood Hammer on this Azumarill, so he needs to click Stone Edge, but Stone Edge would not do really much. So Azumarill is just fishing for some scald burns and gaining some health back slowly, especially with grassy terrain. It does get a lot of health back, as you can see. I think right now still no burn, but yeah, +6 and +6. So it only took 16% of damage from Tapu Bulu, which is not a lot. In comes the Wishy-Washy again. And yeah, the Azumarill just, and here it gets a burn. Burn is nerfed, so it does not do that much. And yeah, here just match continues from there. So the Azumarill, it didn't do much damage, but it was just a general annoyance. The Wishy-Washy and the Tapu Bulu were kinda checked by it. And overall, for this week, it was definitely the best set there was, I think. And just it's always cool to see a Sapsip or Azumarill, especially to check one of the new mons in Tapu Bulu. So yeah, that's all for me, guys. That was Sets of the Week. I will be back next week with another installment of the series. I hope you enjoyed. If you have some tips for me, if you have some other sets you thought this week were amazing, just leave them down in the comment section. And also don't forget to like this video, because it helps the CPC channel out, and that's what we are here for. So that's all for me. It's all for me, guys. Until next week. Bye.